Shalom, and welcome to All Israel Gems. I'm Oriel Moran, and today we're exploring one of Jerusalem's most peaceful and holy sites, the Garden Tomb. Just a short walk from the busy Damascus gate of the Old City, stepping into this quiet garden feels like entering a different world. Let's begin our tour at the garden's entrance, where friendly volunteers welcome visitors and share information about this special place. The Garden Tomb is run by a Christian group from the United Kingdom that focuses on keeping things simple and peaceful rather than fancy or decorated. As we walk deeper into the garden, we reach our first important spot, a view of what many think could be Golgotha, or the place of the skull. This rocky hill just outside the garden walls has shapes that look like eyes and a nose of a human skull. This matches the description we find in Matthew 27:33, that Jesus was crucified at a place called Golgotha. It was a British soldier named Charles Gordon who first made the site famous in 1883 when he saw the skull-like rock and the nearby tomb. The spot outside the city walls fits with how Romans would do crucifixions outside the city but near main roads, in this case near what would have been the Damascus Gate Road. Walking along the garden paths, we find an old wine press cut into the rock, showing this was really a working garden in ancient times. This matches John 19:41 in the Bible, which says Jesus was buried in a garden. Nearby is a huge water tank that could hold 200,000 gallons, showing this was once a well-kept garden, possibly owned by a rich man like Joseph of Arimathea, mentioned in the Bible. Now we come to the tomb itself, the heart of the garden. See how it's cut into solid rock with a small doorway you have to bend down to enter, just like John 20:5 describes, when the disciple bent over and looked in. Inside the tomb is a stone bench where a body would have been laid. Outside the tomb, you can see a groove in the ground that some think was made to hold a rolling stone to close the entrance. While experts say this groove was probably made later, it helps visitors picture the stone being rolled away on Easter morning, as the Bible tells us. Inside the tomb, you can see it looks like it was meant for several burials, but was never finished. Most importantly, only one burial spot was ever used. This fits the Bible's description that it was, quote, a new tomb where no one had ever been laid. Now let's answer the question many visitors ask. Is this the actual place where Jesus was crucified and buried? Experts have some doubts about this. They date the tomb to much earlier than Jesus' time. The style of the tomb, which has bench-like features instead of the burial niches common in Jesus' time, also raises questions. Yet the Garden Tomb's own guides don't claim this is definitely the place. As they often say, what matters is not whether Jesus was buried here, but that he isn't here. He is risen. And that's what makes this place so special. Whether or not this is the exact spot, it helps visitors understand and experience the resurrection story in a setting that feels much like what the disciples might have seen on that first Easter morning. Standing in this peaceful garden with birds singing among old olive trees, it's easy to imagine Mary Magdalene mistaking the risen Jesus for a gardener. This quiet garden offers a peaceful place to think about one of the core themes of our faith. Death has been defeated because Jesus, Yeshua, is risen indeed. Thank you for joining me at the Garden Tomb on this episode of All Israel Gems. For more Israel-related videos, please subscribe to this channel and visit us at allisrael.com. From Jerusalem, I'm Oriel Moran, and we'll see you at our next exciting location.